Yo guys, welcome back to another video. This is gonna be our reaction to UFC Fight Night Atlanta, Buckley versus Usman. First thing I just want to say is we will be watching Usman's rise. I'm calling it now. Usman will rise. Will he become champion? I don't think so, unfortunately, but he will rise. I do think that he will go on a tear in the welterweight division. I think realistically the next fight to do is probably Usman versus Belal. I think they should do that. I think Usman wins that fight. Hopefully, I know he wins that fight. I got my money set on it, man. Usman wins that fight. Yeah, there's a lot to say. We had some exciting fights. We had some boring ones. Fucking Alonzo Menifield and Omar Sy, however you say his name. Menifield was trying to put on the action, but Omar Sy was not having it. He did not want to get his chin touched, and he was just kind of wrestle fucking it. Yeah, that was a pretty boring fight. Malcolm Wellmaker, that was a nasty check right hook. I believe it was a right hook. We got the new Pereira in the bantamweight division. I think we're gonna see a lot more check hooks. That's what I think. We're gonna see a lot more check hook KOs from Malcolm Wellmaker. He is 31, which kind of worries me a little bit because he's a contender, but he's 31, so he's in his prime. I think, I don't know, usually when I see contenders, I see them, young, hungry prospects, 27, 26, somewhere around that range, entering their 30s or whatever. But I think Wellmaker has some time. I definitely think he'll be active, and I do think by the end of the year, he should at least be top 8 in the bantamweight division for sure. I could even see top 5, to be honest. Phil Rowe, he had a pretty good TKO. He was kind of holding fucking Luce's head up against the fence and just playing whack-a-mole, just fucking bonk, 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 just fucking smacking him in the face. That was funny. Michael Chiesa, Court McGee, that was boring as hell. Whatever. The women's fight, it's a women's fight, whatever. Raoni Barcelos defeats Cody Garbrandt. That one was a pretty good fight. We had Cody aura farming in the first round. He drops Barcelos and then emotes on him. I know Dominic Cruz was having PTSD flashbacks when he saw that. Yeah, and then he just loses. He kind of slows down, doesn't put on as much of a pace as he did in the first round, slows down, and ultimately gives up the dub. Mansour Abdul Malik, he beat Cody Brundage. That was a pretty boring fight as well. He was a little confused. I don't know if he was confused that he won or confused of the scorecard. I think it was confused with the scorecard that they scored it, because they actually scored the first round and the second round, and they didn't they didn't get to score the third, I guess, since it didn't go into the third. It was a weird fight overall. We did have a no contest with, where is it, right here, Paul Craig and Rodolfo, however you say that name, I don't know. But so Paul Craig is on his back, he's getting ground and pounded. Rodolfo kind of stands up and Paul Craig up kicks him. And as soon as Rodolfo gets up kicked, he kind of looks at the ref and he's like, what the fuck? And then he realizes that he has an opportunity to kind of get out of the fight. He was winning the fight anyway, so it's not like he was losing and he needed a way out. He was winning the fight. But he gets up kicked. He goes to the ref. He's like, what the fuck? He literally shrugs his shoulders like, what the fuck, ref? He up kicked me. And then he just realized the opportunity he has to get out of the fight. And he falls on his back and just puts on a masterclass fucking Oscar-winning performance like Aljamain Sterling, and just acts like he's been KO'd. So that fight was ruled a no contest. Overall, I thought this card was pretty decent, honestly. I thought it was a pretty good card. We did have some sleepers, Alonzo Menifield, Omar Sy. What was the other sleeper on this card? The Paul Craig, Adolfo. This one was fine. It wasn't really a sleeper. This one, Michael Chiesa and Court McGee, was a little bit of a sleeper. The women's fight is a women's fight, so... I did think it was a really good card, though. Usman is next up. I think Usman should take on Belal next. And I think for Buckley, Buck versus Cuck is what he wanted. That would have made sense if he would have beat Usman. But I think for Buckley now, he needs to take someone... I don't see Buck versus Cuck happening now that he just lost to Usman. I really don't. But even, I don't know, maybe they could still make that. Let me check what are the rankings? Hold on, let me check the rankings. Let's go to welterweight real quick. Sean Brady, Shavkat, Leon Kamaru. Oh yeah, it could definitely happen. Okay, my bad. For some reason, I thought Ian Gary was like ranked number 4, where even though he should be, I think Ian Gary should be above Leon. Leon Trash Edwards. I think Leon fucking. I was sleepy, bro. It was fucking 4 in the morning, bro. I was fucking sleepy. I think Leon Edwards should be way down after getting ragdolled by fucking Sean Brady. I think Ian Gary should definitely be above Leon Edwards. That's where I thought Ian Gary was like right here at number 4, and Leon would be down here. After tonight's fight, I think Kamaru should fight. I think Kamaru should fight Bilal, honestly, or Brady. Yeah. Because what are we doing? We're doing JDM versus Islam, right? So I think in the meantime of JDM versus Islam, you could have Kamaru take on Sean Brady, and whoever wins that fight gets the winner. But then where does that leave Shavkat at? You know, you could either have Kamaru do that, or you can have him take on Bilal. You can do Kamaru versus I don't want to see that. Yeah, I think you either do Bilal or Sean Brady for Kamaru Usman next. I think for Joaquin Buckley, you got to do Buck versus Cuck. I think you got to do it, right? They're right here in the rankings. I think it's time for it. Yeah, I think we should do that. But yeah, this is just a quick one. I wanted to get a video out because I know I haven't posted in a while. Yeah, and with that being said, more videos to come. I'll see you guys soon. I'm out.